This is Daf Yerushalmi Challah. In the article Oz V'Harder edition, we are on Daf Mem Vav Amud Aleph. The first two dots, Of Rabbi Yehuda, which is supposed to be Of Rabbi Yossi, as the article fixes it in the text itself. And in the Vilna, it is on Daf Chav Zayin Amud Aleph, the first two dots, which is 7 lines down. Okay, so as we said, the article already corrects the text itself. Unfortunately, change it. So it'll be over Rabbi Yossi Modeba. Even Rabbi Yossi holds that Chalas Chutzars is mutter to it. Meis agrees that it's also for, as our Mishnah said, for Zavin, Zavos, Noidos, Yoldos. Why? Chomer Davashu Chomer Ubadavar Shatuma Yetzim Megufa. We're more machmir with a tumor which emerges from the body, as opposed to Tumas Meis, and therefore they are also Tidchala when they are in that state of tumah. Okay, so now the Gemara goes on and says, "Hor Rabbi Avo bebotzer shehi tzvicha rov." Rabbi Avo paskin botzer was the chutzarts. If challah fell into chulin, he rove chulin in order to be mavatal. Rabbi Avo said, "Melamich ola pachos mimea." Well, fine, but that teaches us that you don't need 100 to 1 like you do with challah and Eretz Yisrael, which has the same status as truma, which is only bata midrabanan, of course, but only bata 1 in 100. And there is no din that's also in Echad Mimea. Now, we just said that, right? No, but there's an additional chiddush here, which is, as the Gemara points out, you don't even have to take up 1 and give it to the coin because the gezel shevet. Because when challah truma and Eretz Yisrael falls into the mixture, even though it's bata and 100, never has to take off 1 portion and give it to the coin, not to be stealing from the shevet of the kohanim, the challah truma. In chutzarts, it's just bata outright, barov chulin. The Taninon, I'm sorry, Rabbi Zera said, Mastitza Amra afilu be'echad be'echad. Our Mishnah, this following brisa teaches us that, what's the Mishnah, or is that our brisa? That's from our Mishnah, I think. Yeah, from our Mishnah. So our Mishnah, that line, teaches us that's even bata 1 to 1, even don't have rov chulin, because it says nechel zar shulchan. You can eat it with the zor on the same table, and not concerned that it's going to get mixed up. If it gets mixed up, it's only going to be 1 to 1 proportion. So evidently, it's bata even chad b'chad. Don't even need a majority. Because it says that the dinim because our Mishnah said can be eaten with a zor on the same table. Amar Rabbi Yochanan said Rabbi Seina Shebegoyla. An interesting historical point, which is that our rabbis in Bavel made a takana to mafresh trumas and ma'asos in chutzlaretz. Mafreshim trumas achaboha rovin until the youngsters came. And the Seches Midos, it says that the roving with the young Kohanim who slept on the ground of the Beis HaMoiked. Was it the roving? I think it was then. I think it's the term used for Prichei Kuna is also roving. Maybe I make a mistake, but I'm pretty sure the term roving is there somewhere. Anyway, Achabo roving Bitl until the youngsters came and they undermined that takana. A man in a roving. Who are these roving? So the Gemara says fascinating thing, which if we were learning it more perhaps academically, we try and get into a greater depth. Tirkamanaya, the young chachamim who explain and things and interpret them appropriately. Yes, the article talks about example Tamid Chavav Beis. The language of roving means they're the youngsters, and the sons of Rabbi Chia are called this in Chulin Daf Chaf. And then he asked, of course, it's difficult because it seems that Takana was made by Nevi'im to take up Jerusalem Meisters in Bavel, and other Chacham expanded it to close to other areas around Eretz Yisrael, as he discusses here. So how could another basin come in Mavatal it? Another basin can be Mavatal on earlier basins Takana unless it's Godam Chacham of the Minyan, especially called the Rovin. So the Kaftor of Ferach says that the first takana was not tonight. If later on it's going to become too difficult to sustain this takana, they can negate it. And the Torah brings down Tessa, but Azar brings down Rabbi Yochanan here as the source for minute day not take up any troops in Ma'aser Chutzlaretz because Bitlum Arovim. Even though later on, somebody in B'choras Daf Chazayin that there were people who took up Trumas and Maestros in Chutzlaretz at the time of Rabbi Yochanan, which is after Bitlum Harovim, right? So it seems that there was an issue whether the Rovim's takana to override the original takana stuck or not. But I think in the long run, perhaps it was Yechidei School who took up Trumas and Maestros. In the long run, of course, I don't think any place in Chutzlaretz today, even in Bavel, they take off Trumas and Maestros. Okay, Rabbi Yehuda B'Shem Shmuel said, "Chalas chutz la'aretz, b'trumas chutz la'aretz, ochel v'achakav mafish." Chal of chutz la'aretz and truma chutz la'aretz is another kula. They don't make tevel, so there you can eat them and take off trumas and ma'asos afterwards. Take off the chol trumas and ma'asos and the challah afterwards. They used to. I don't remember the exact details, but they used to sell matzahs in America without challah taken off. Now it says challah genumim for yed and myra, whatever it says in Yiddish and whatever. But it must be that at the time you used to sell matzahs where challah was not taken off, and they used to say it's based on Reb Chaim. Chalah's chutzlars doesn't create tevel. I assume it's Reb Chaim is, without looking inside to try and find the Reb Chaim now, is based on this Gemara that tevel is not challah. The absence of tevel does not make it tevel, and therefore it's a mitzvah to take of challah. But if you didn't take of challah, there's no isser to eat it. Something along those lines. This is for further analysis for those who want to get into it. But that evidently there was some story at some point that challah does not have to take it off, and challah is a mitzvah to take off chutz la'aretz. It doesn't create tevel, and therefore they sold matzahs without the challah having taken off. Okay, so the to be honest, if it wasn't Erev Shabbos and a bit of a rush today, I probably would try and look it up and find out more about it, but a little pressed for time. Sorry about that. So, yeah. Yishma Chacham Yosef Lekach. So the Rabbi Baba Shem Shmuel said, Lo Choshel Chumas Dagon Tirosh Yitzhar. He said, even before the Rovim, they only took up Chumas from Dagon, from grain, Tirosh from grapes or grape juice, and Yitzhar from olive oil. They did take off from other fruit, but only chumas, not maestros. Okay, so there's that's only by fruit. Avli Yerukas, when it came to vegetables, I feel chuma gedola chashu. They didn't even take off chuma gedola. Kodatani Isim and Akiva Akavi Omer, like Asisa Bekavi said, maestros Yerukas midivreim. That even Eretz Yisrael, vegetables only chayim b'trumas ma'asos rabbanan. There's no basis in the Torah. So for chutz la'aretz, they didn't take off even truma gedola. It says here the word "o" in the text, but the Rashi and the Gra take it out. So I'll be rokas. I feel truma gedola chashuka. Tani Yisrael Akavi Omer ma'asos lirokas divrei. Tani chalas hagoy ba'aretz trumas hagoy b'chutz la'aretz. If that there's a tosefta, a goy sets aside challah even from fruit grows in Eretz Yisrael, or he takes up truma chutz la'aretz, where of course even for Yisrael the truma is at best rabbanan. So then we tell the goy modina so. We tell the goy they didn't have to do it. It wasn't necessary, and in order they shouldn't think what we're about to do is weird. And therefore Zar can go ahead and eat it. So I guess it's a little bit of shouldn't be Gnevas Da, shouldn't be Gnevas Da. So we tell the guy what you did was a nice gesture, but it's meaningless, and therefore where the Zar is allowed to eat this challah, which you set aside in Eretz Yisrael, or the truma which you set aside in Chutz La'aretz. Okay, so the challah which is taken from Chutz La'aretz, we said in the Mishnah called coin, you give it to any coin, ben the coin. So the ben the coin chaver, that means also it be given to a coin who's Amar Chacham, of course, but even the coin ben the coin Amoritz, but even be given to a coin who's an Amoritz. The Yesh man. However, there are from the Matnas Kuna, the Yesh Nosim Man Nosim Anche Misha Yesh Men nosu kol kohen. They're those which are given to specifically down to Mishmar. And those are given to any coin. Right? Because mentioned Gemara, it sounds like it says kol kohen, illness, kol kohen, akaram, b'choros, etc., etc. So Gemara says, whoa, hold on a second. Let's get into this a little bit greater detail. Habchoros bikurim. It's not a heavy coin. B'choros bikurim. And it's not necessarily because they're but because they're given the base of Mikdash. Habchoros bikurim, lanche mishra. They give their b'choros actual karbonos, and bikurim are given to Kohen, but part of a procedure based on Mikdash. So they're given to the Kohanim in the Mishmar in the base of Mikdash that day. The Shara Kul Kohen, the rest of them give me any coin. Rabbi Yirmiyah boy come Rabbi Zir. Rabbi Yirmiyah asked from Rabbi Zir, "Nine Shachrom Lanche Mishmar." How do we know that Charamim, a field which is called the Chenim, goes to the people of the Mishmar? Why does go to any coin? I'm like say, "Kedei Chenim coin tehei achuz or so." So Rabbi said from the pasuk by Yikra Chav of Zayin Chafav says when somebody consecrates the Stei and doesn't redeem it, it goes out in Yovel to the Kohanim. It says so. It says there that this field which goes out to Yovel Kohen should be like a Stei Acherem, and this is so just like the Stei Achuza, since there's a linkage made, goes in both directions. Just like the Stei Achuza goes to Kohen whose Mishmar is working on Yom Kippur in Yovel, right? We know because it says La Kohen, not Lik Kohen, but La Kohen. The known Kohen, the Anshe Mishmar. So to Charomim, go to the Kohen in that Mishmar, because of that linkage to a Seder which goes out to in Yovel to the Kohen. Okay? Because Te'achem La Kohen Te'achuz so. So the Achuza Atzma, I don't know what he said. The chutz itself, Ma'aseh Anshe Mishmar. How do we know the go? Ma'aseh Anshe Mishmar. I mean, it's like how do we know it goes to Anshe Mishmar? Because it says la Kohen tehei achuz so. Because it says the la Kohen, like we just said, with the pasach. So it goes to that Kohen, the Kohen Ayadua, the Kohen whose Mishmar it is. So the Gemara asks, "V'aksiv nasam la Kohen azor l'chaim kavei keva." It says Zohar Chaim Mekei, which you don't go to any Kohen. It says La Kohen, so you should go to the Kohen. Mi'ato Anshe Mishmar, should go to the people of Mishmar. Rabbi Yachal, Rabbi Avo, B'Shem Yom said, Kol Cherem Kodesh Kodashim Hu La Hashem. So it says Kol Cherem Kodesh Kodashim La Hashem. So the Cherem is Kodesh Kodashim. Ma Kodesh Kodashim La Hashem, different Dorashor, obviously, not from La Kohen. Just like Kochi, which are Karbonos, go to Anshe Mishmar. Av Charamim, Anshe Mishmar. So the Charamim go to Anshe Mishmar. Okay, so now the Gemara asks, that's the case, Av Metaltalin. It's in the Vayikra Chav Zayin Kov Ches, it says, Kolchem Asherachim Ish Lashem Kosher Lo Me'odim Abema Misteh Chuzah. So Kolchem Kosher Shim Gomer. So if that's the case, if you call your Metaltalin Cherem. There's also go to the Anshe Mishmar. The Tani Ma'ben Karkosim Metaltalin. We learned, however, what's interesting with Karkosim Metaltalin. Ella Shakarkos Anshe Mishmar Metaltalin L'chol Kohen. They don't go to Anshe Mishmar. Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Bun, Rabbi Chia B'Shem, Rabbi Shesha said, Ish Hashem Nachloso Yochelun. It says the Ish Hashem, meaning the portion from the fires, from the sacrificial offerings, and the Nachla, whatever can become a Nachla. A Nachla is by definition real estate. Nachlos Nachlichin. So now this drasha works in exclusive Taltlin. Ma'ishim Lanche Mishmar, Av Nachlo Lanche Mishmar. It's just like the Karbanos go to Anshe Mishmar, so to the Nachlos, meaning the real estate Charamim, go to Anshe Mishmar. Okay, that brings us to the top of Mem Zayin Amud Aleph. So we'll stop here for today.